film, so let's be quiet. Just make sure you're as you mentioned, I brought Forgetting Sarah Marshall here a few years ago, and it was one of the best screenings I've ever had, probably the best screening I've ever been at. So I love this festival, and I feel very honored to be screening Neighbors here, so thank you very much, and thank you for your enthusiasm. This is indeed a work in progress. We had a slightly more progressed, I don't even know what the word is, version of the film, but there are some technical difficulties, so this is a work in progress. Let's see what else. Oh, the last thing I was going to say is I wanted to dedicate this movie to one of our producers, James Weaver. Because he's the only person involved in this movie who is actually in a fraternity. The rest of us are all Jews or child stars. So I feel like I asked which fraternity. Thank you for explaining to me what an elephant walk is. That's all. Hope you enjoy it. That's what everybody's Zach Efron. Dave Franco. They're back there. I don't know. I swear to God, they're here. Chris Mintz-Plasse. Zach, get him a mic. Ike Barinholtz. Dave, they called you already. Dave Franco. Again, Dave Franco. Gerard Carmichael. The writers, Andrew Cohen and Brendan O'Brien. And our other producers, James Weaver and Evan Goldberg. Gerard was called. I called Gerard. You all heard me call Gerard. Supposed to talk? We got Austin. Alright, welcome back, man. How was it? How'd you feel watching it with the South by audience? Being back here? Favorite movie? This is the best place to show a movie. That's what I think. Let's show them what we got, guys. Who's got a good question? Right here. The first question was about how you came up with the script and the storyline. Did you already have characters in mind, or what was the process there? And then there's a personal request that we'll save till later. Well, Brendan and Andrew, it's their script, so they can talk about that. No one gave them a microphone.
Hey, we came up with characters. We came up with the idea, and then we were like, let's have people who live in a college town fight against college kids. And we were like, let's ask Seth to be in it, and it was always Zac Efron, and then Seth was like, let's call Zac Efron.
Brendan, tell the story. Wait, which one? The Amanda one.
Oh yeah, my wife, one night my wife and I, we bought a house, and there were some kids fighting outside our house, and so my wife called the cops, and the cops asked what the kids were doing, and she said, I don't know what they're doing, but they're up to no good. That was sort of the genesis of the idea, where like, we became old in that moment. So let's make a movie about that when we became old. That was actually it, yeah.
Alright, who else has a question? Back here in the middle, yeah.
You're the reason I'm here. That's so nice.
That's it.
That's so nice. Thanks a lot, man.
Seth, you watched the movie Reality, right?
I'm gonna fuck the shit out of that guy. Second this is over.
Question.
So, after doing this, would y'all go back in time and join us?
Okay, the question is for the cast.
None of you went to college. So,
did any of you guys go to college? Ike, Dave, Chris?
No?
No?
Okay.
Gerard?
No.
James Weaver, one guy.
So, now after having done this movie, would you go back and join a fraternity?
Oof.
No fucking way.
I would die.
I was, fuck yeah. I was the complete opposite if I party with you. Awesome.
I think at the time of shooting, we destroyed it. I no way. No way, we wouldn't last.
The only time I'm gonna grab guys' dicks is at this rap party.
Yeah, we'll take it back to college tonight.
Alright, near the balcony. Right there, wait. Zach had said, who was actually Batman?
Oh man, Michael Keaton was Batman.
Who here thinks Michael Keaton's Batman? And who here thinks Christian Bale is Batman?
And who here thinks Val Kilmer is Batman? Who here thinks George Clooney's Batman? Nobody. That's it.
Okay, the balcony, green shirt. What was most fun scene to film? Everyone.
I think the last party sequence was pretty epic. That was really fun. He was on the floor after jumping off. That was so ridiculous. The first time I saw it was actually in the scene, and it just didn't make sense. I like saw his leg was the wrong way, and I was really worried because it looked real. And I thought your leg was bent backwards.
You were freaked out.
I was.
What the fuck?
I was like, man, how are you doing that? Are you okay?
My leg's like this, bro.
It was funny. Yeah, all those scenes were great.
Every scene with the babies. Yeah. They were the best babies on the planet.
That baby and those babies, twins or triplets?
Twins, they were twins.
Like the cutest babies ever. The two. Oh my god.
Really good at improv too.
Yeah. They started as triplets, we fired the third one. They were fucking looking at me weird the whole time.
Dave, Gerard, do you guys have any favorite moments in the movie? Someone did.
Not necessarily a favorite scene, but favorite interaction with Nick Stoller, the director, was during my awkward sex scene. I did the first couple takes, and then Nick ran upstairs and he leans in and he's like, "Hey Dave, just more Jackrabbit." Cool, man.
That's what it is. When I first saw that, I was like, is that how I'm supposed to be fucking?
If you do it right, yes.
Yeah, I'm doing it so slow.
Just beyond you.
Have you found it hard to transition into movies like this when people are used to seeing you in movies like this?
Zach, how's the transition been from high school movies to Neighbors?
This was fucking awesome. I really, it couldn't really happen better. I think I'm really blessed for the opportunities I've had. And then, I don't know, man, when you get a call from Seth Rogen, I think you're a pretty good spot. So, I'm stoked.
He did.
We took a picture together, just like, you know, but like, it's so cool to see you like this.
Oh, thank you. Let's do it again. Let's take another picture. Thank you. Yeah, it's a huge honor. Thank you. That's really sweet.
Question right here. What's the unfinished part? This is a work in progress, Nick. Okay.
Well, there's no credits, so that's one thing. That's not normally how a movie ends. A lot more people worked on it than just those 5 babies. So that's one part. There's a few little trims here and there. The movie is not mixed, nor is it the TI.
The image was a little off.
The image was a little off.
The ratio was a bit off.
Yeah, so, and this is a movie, some movies it doesn't really matter about the mix, but this is one of those movies where once it's mixed, it's gonna, you'll feel like you're at those parties.
So y'all are gonna buy a ticket and go see it, right?
Drastically different when you pay for it, I swear.
Oh, it's in 3D conversion.
Oh, it's 3D, yeah, the 3D shit.
Up in the balcony, yellow scarf. The which scene? The airbag scene. Who came up with it and how was it executed?
Steph.
I think me and Evan might have come up with it. When we're supposed to be writing, we waste tons of time watching like YouTube videos and shit like that. And there's these hilarious videos of these mean people putting airbags in their friends' chairs and shit, and they blast it. It looks exactly like that. And it would just make us laugh so hard.
And they're always dead.
Yeah, exactly. Literally, there's a 0% survival rate if that happens. So don't do that to your friends, because you will kill them. But we would just always watch those videos, and then we thought that could be a funny thing to put in a movie 17 times. So that's what we did. Yeah, and how do we do it? It's a dummy. It's like I become digitally replaced with a dummy halfway through the shot, and then
it's not a nice way to describe your stunt double.
Okay, yeah, his name is Greg and he sucks. No, it was a literal dummy. Yeah, that's how we did it. Really high-tech shit. It's a technique Buster Keaton made in 1903.
Okay, in the back here on the aisle.
Hey, this one's for James Wheeler.
That's the second time that's happened.
I'll get you next. I'll get you next.
Sorry.
Dude, chill out. Sorry you didn't get to ask Jon Favreau a question either, but don't hold that against us.
Hey, this one's for James.
We'll go on to that question, and then
this is Austin. It's supposed to be Mellow.
Dude, chill.
Okay.
Keep it weird, bro. That's called pandering in comedy, what I just did.
All right, this one's for James Wheeler. Were you the one that went to college and was in a frat?
Weaver was in a frat.
Weaver's the only one of us that went to college.
Okay. What was your frat name?
what was your frat name, James Weaver?
I can't tell you, unfortunately. I sworn to secrecy.
You tell me yours, I'll tell you mine.
Well, you know that the most heavily featured pledge was ass juice. Coincidence or not?
You were ass juice.
Speaking of ass juice, Chris, did you enjoy this film and being called ass juice the entire time?
He's not ass juice.
Oh, shit.
Ooh, shame.
No, wait, there's no credit roll.
Exactly, there was no credits.
All right. Guy who had lots of questions.
First off, I just want to say the movie, aside from being really funny, it was really beautiful. Those party scenes were like really pretty from a cinematography perspective.
The party scenes were very beautiful from a cinematography perspective.
I wanted to ask is the cinematographer up here, the DP?
No.
Brandon Trost.
Brandon Trost is the DP though. He's awesome.
Shot MacGruber.
He did MacGruber. He did this at the end. That's where we met him. And then we since hijacked him, yeah.
He's just an incredibly talented DP, and soon he won't work with us anymore.
Exactly, yeah, he'll move on, but until then.
I just wanted to ask like how that whole process came about, like making those scenes so cool looking.
Yeah, I mean, well, I had some practice shooting parties for the movie Get Him to the Greek, and I learned a lot. From shooting that movie, and then I looked at a lot of, I wanted the parties in this movie to look better than those parties and to be like crazier and to make you feel like you were at the craziest party you've ever been at. And so one of my big visual touchstones was Enter the Void, the Gaspar Noé. Yeah, it's a crazy, crazy movie. That's only a visual touchstone, nothing else from that movie is in this movie. But just then, Brandon and I talked a lot about a lot of different light sources, like different crazy colored lights and stuff, and you can do that in a fraternity because that's really how kids do their houses. You can't do it in a normal house. That was how I approached it.
Okay, I see a lot of hands, so we only have time for 2 more questions. So, one in the balcony. Who wants it most? One in the balcony, y'all. All right. Are there plans for a sequel?
No. First it needs to make money, and none of you paid to be here as far as I know, so.
Right now we're at zero. We're at zero money made.
A few, okay, we're at like 20 grand, so we're good. I think we're doing pretty good.
All right.
Be nice.
Here we go. See my friend.
Be nice. Was that the chef guy again?
A request quick selfie war.
I find this self-serving, and the group, the theater as a whole, has been not benefiting from your request.
I'll tell you what, we're going to take one more question about the movie, and then we will perhaps start the selfie war. All right, who's going to be the most specific? Okay, over there.
Do you have like a good question?
Well, the cast full of comedians, how do you guys ever finish a scene without cracking up?
You have to, like, how many takes did it? What scene took, like, so many takes?
There was one scene where Seth and I went back and forth with dick jokes that went on for about 45 minutes. It was like it was the end of True Detective. It was just one super long take, but with hundreds of dick jokes.
You kind of just stay in it, and what's great about this cast is everybody just builds. Somebody gives somebody something, and somebody takes it. Sometimes it goes a different direction, and then Nick will yell something crazy in, and you take that and throw it in, and that just wows somebody else. And also, there's long takes of like really nonsense, and you put it together.
Just roll and roll. Also, when they start cracking up too much, I say, guys, come on. I say like 3 times a movie. I'm not a yeller, I'm pretty, but like I say, guys, come on, like 3 times.
And he looks slightly disappointed, and it really breaks our hearts.
I practice that face in the mirror.
That's it.
All right, thanks you guys.